Hi, I'm Debbie Henshaw from They Never Grow Up Nursery, where babies are babies forever. And today I'd like to demonstrate painted hair using the Art and Magic waterborne air dry paints from Stephanie Sullivan and Honey Bun's Doll and Reborn supply. Okay, using the Art and Magic dark ethnic color and the blue undertone color, I'm going to create a color of paint that is a little bit more brown than this ethnic color is. So I'm going to take my paintbrush and just stir the paint a little bit and put 2 little paintbrushes full, maybe a little bit more, about 3 of the dark ethnic color. It is the darkest brown that's available right now. Then I'm going to take a toothpick and stir up the blue undertone color and put a couple of drops of the and stir that up. Let's see how that makes that a little bit darker. Blue added to any brown is going to bring out the richness of the brown. I think I'd like just a little bit more blue. Two more drops. Then I'm going to use the Liquitex Ultra Matte Gel, medium gel. This is a really nice medium for air dry paints. I'm just going to take another brush and scoop out about that much and swirl it in there. I'm going to make sure that's mixed up really well. And then I'm going to add some water. And I'll try to rinse off my brushes. That was 2 drops, 3 drops, 4 drops. I'm going to try 5 drops to start. I'm going to just mix with both of these brushes to get some of that paint off of the brushes. With acrylic paints, always make sure you have dishes of water available to rinse your brushes. That was pretty thick, so I'm going to get my fingers in there too. And I have a dry paper towel in my lap. Okay, I like that consistency pretty much. Now there's a couple different ways to paint hair. This is just the way that I am doing it at this time, and it could change of course later. One of the ways is to use what's called a comb. It's a comb brush. It's got the little fine brushes in there. And this is a very quickly painted head of hair using this brush. I typically don't use this brush when I do a Master Artist series, but this is a child's doll. And so I just took this brush and, it only took me about 7 or 8 minutes to paint this head just using this brush. Okay, so that's one way to paint hair, and I just was very wispy here at the facial lines. But what I'm going to show you today is to create a full head of painted hair using 2 smaller brushes. These brushes are both from the company Expressions. It's a fine liner and a pro liner. And anytime that I use acrylic paints, I always dampen my brush in water. And then I blot it off on my towel and dip it into the paint. So I'm going to check the consistency of my paint on the back of my head. That way, if it's not correct, I can quickly take it off. I'm just going to make fine little hairlines. So I'm just going to continue these fine marks all the way around the hairline. All hairlines are a little bit different. For this little guy, I'm probably going to follow up this line to the peak of his forehead, probably about right there, maybe back a little bit further. From the top, I'll of course go this way. And it's okay to have a thicker hair every now and then, as long as it's not all clubbered up with the paint. If it's a nice smooth line, it's okay. This will take hours to do, and so I'll bring you back in here after a little bit, after I've done some more. Okay, I've been working a little bit on the crown, which is one of my worst areas ever, is doing a swirl crown, whether I am painting it or rooting it. But I'll keep working away at it until I get it someday. And I've brought the hair down, and I'm getting finer through here, and I am just using the fine liner brush for what I've done so far. It's probably what I'll use for the entire head. I've brought a few down through the front. I did thin my paint just a little bit more. I added 3 more drops of water, just because I felt it was a little bit too thick and piling up too much. Coming around here a little bit to the front hairline. And one of the better details for this part is to bring the hair from the front of the face back into this hair that you're painting through here, and kind of make it join together. It's not showing up just yet because I'm doing it very, very light. Very tiny, thin strokes. And just reverse the direction as you bring it back into the line here. It helps to have a guide if you're brand new at doing this. I still am working on painted hair all the time, trying to make it better. But I do well just kind of going with it, I guess. And this baby, when you get too much paint like that, just take a dry wedge and just blot it a little bit. This baby is not a Master Artist Series baby. This is a beginner type baby that I painted using the new Art and Magic waterborne air dry paints. I did this specifically for the beginner painter, to show them how the premix colors can create such a beautiful baby doll with a few simple steps. Now this is only one color that I'm going to use. I'm going to bring in at least one other color later, and I will be layering these 2 colors throughout the process. I'm kind of making a little bit of a V there, with this hair going this way and this hair coming in this way. And I'll bring it out further. And I'm just going to keep working at that effect until I get up into this to meet these hairs. These hairs might mostly come forward. I could change my mind when I get there. So I'll bring you back in a little bit.